Thanks, enemy. Thanks, Enema. Thanks, F me. Almost smiled. That's high praise. How you doing today? How you doing, Tart? Look who decided to stream. Just for you, baby. I'm empty inside. That doesn't sound good, F me. Hello, Biteman. How about you? Well, after all these enemas, I'm not empty anymore. Wait, I am empty too. Depends on what stage of the enema you're in. Why did I bring it up? Do we need number 7? Yeah. Object types editor for enemy. Random element. It's gonna be a boolean. Gonna quit game dev and become a woodsman. Game devs are allowed to have beards, I think. You don't like it? Right, so if we say that this is an enemy, yeah. I hope, because I have one. There you go. There you go. Enemy. Oh, that's the one I want actually. Wizards have beards, game devs have beards. If I can math, that means game devs are wizards. You're not wrong. I can make money disappear. Crass. Coming in hot with a raid. Tart, did you say 1 sec so you could go back to, or like, prepare yourself for the raid? Welcome, Crass, Watery Tart, Tasty Graph, good to see ya. I think y'all know Crass already, but if you don't, check him out. I didn't turn my bot on. There you go. Said 1 sec. That's not cool. Come on, chatbot. Come on. Come on. There you go, that should work now. Yeah. Thank you very much for the raid, man. How's your stream? Hello, Evil Dust Mate and Art Stuff. So we are going to do enemies today, and the first thing I'm going to do is have this random element toggle. So let me just show you the map we're on. Stream went great, got some good stuff done today. That's cool. Happy to hear it. Hope I'll be able to say the same at the end. I'm gonna update your shout out actually. What would you call it? Is an RTS slash deck builder or card game? What's a fair way to describe Battalia? Oh no, it's doing that thing. Is it? No, we're good. Okay. We're there for a sec. So yeah, we're doing. We're gonna place enemies in this treetop level. That's what I'm gonna be doing. CCG is that collectible card game? I'm just gonna put it in the way you said it. He is currently working on Battalia, CCG-RTS hybrid. There you go. So, no worries. Thank you for the raid. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, I just need to turn off async. Well, for now, time to wake up. The kiddo's alright. I hope you had an excellent day. Thanks again for the raid. I made this. You made everything. I'm gonna turn off the maximize toggle because I don't think we need it. And then we go to the enemies. This is going to be on the initialization function, which is here. Do elements. How's it going anyway? It's going well. I wasn't super productive this morning. There was a lot of shenanigans going on in the neighborhood, so that distracted me. I did get a tiny bit of writing done, so that's good. It was on a section that I've been dreading to write, so I'm glad I got it started because I'll probably remove most of the tension from it, so that's cool. And now I'm hoping to get some enemies placed. That's gonna be good. Which precedent should I take? I think if either of those are populated, to be honest, we're gonna put in else if self-info random element is not equal to nil, and it is, so this is where, do they come as, I don't know if these come as proper booleans or if they come in as cool tart. Keep me in your thoughts as you do. I don't know if these come in as actual booleans or string true, because I might have to use my horrendous function to convert string true to booleans. Self element is equal to clamp math seal 3 times math random. Clamp it to 1 and 3. So that ends the seal, and then 1 and 3. The indie game lover, hello. How you doing? Do I have good news for you? This is an indie game. So that sets that. So let's give this fella here the random element toggle. We'll just set a random ID. I guess this will be at night if I just set it in the ID 1. So I'm just gonna do a couple of them, so hopefully we get a couple of the different elements that'll prove it quite easily. Let's chuck it in, see what we get. And then check out Treetop Combat 1. A little bit of a problem there. We messed up our conditional. So we're just gonna fly away over here. We got the knights here. So these guys should have random elements. They all look like they have, no, there's a couple different ones. So there's 3 lives and 2 minds. That does seem plausible. If they were all life, what was the chances of that? It would be 1/3 to the power of 5. That is pretty unlikely. What would that be? Let's work that out. So that's what? 0.3333, repeating of course, to the power of 5. That would have been a 0.4% chance. Since we have a mix, I believe it works. Take that. Wow, you survived. Fuck. Leroy Jenkins. Good catch on the reference there, Drake. Right, so that's done. It's easy, we like easy. So then we're going to do the actual enemies here. So I think this one's so small that we don't actually even need a checkpoint. If you die coming from the dragon, it's kind of your problem, isn't it? We could put a checkpoint by the dragon, actually. So we're looking at the treetops, sketch of the map here. Yeah, so it's a tiny area, basically 2 combat maps. This is the entry point, this is the kind of end goal, and this is a little side quest. So I'm just going to place enemies on these 2 maps. So I'll put a checkpoint on 16.4. Oh, thanks for the tag, Indie Game Lover. On the Discord. Is there an invite? Is your Discord for just indies, or is it for people that like indies as well? I'm not actually sure. Because if it's for people that like indies, we should share it on the stream. Although, actually... So I was at the very end of Crass when he raided you, and I was like, this is familiar, why did I know this? And then realized it was Fates of Ori. Yeah, that's cool. I recognized your name, but I didn't place you until I just saw the Discord there. So, right back at you. But yeah, anyway, if you think it's appropriate, then you could share an invite. That would be cool. So we've got this. We're gonna place a checkpoint at the dragon map, dragon/ingredient map. That's not it. This is it. Place that there. It's not gonna be a fast travel one, I don't think. This is a checkpoint. We need to provide an ID. It's for devs, gamers, streamers, etc. Even just people who like creative things and like being around nice folks. But I hate hijacking people's stream chats, even just answering you is too much. Thank you for the follow, Indie Game Lover. You definitely don't need to worry about hijacking. It's already quite a quiet one so far, so don't worry about it. Can I do it? Don't know if that's just one. In any case, is that just one? Oh, another one. Another one. Tim Baudet. We're had to claim Tim's Baudet. T.S. Just. Did you customize that for me? Tim, welcome. Jabico, welcome as well. Right, I'm gonna do it. Link to the indie to Discord. So this is Discord you could join if you are a gamer, streamer, a dev, and if you like being around nice folks, jump on in there. That's not my Discord, that's someone else's Discord, but jump on in. I'm in there. Baudet is a serious threat to the entire Bo economy. Oh wait, you're from Malmö, of course. Oh, whoa, did you just Danify it? But yeah, welcome guys. We are doing enemy placements for the treetops in Fates of War. So we're not gonna have knights, but that's why I placed here to test. I just implemented a function that allows me to set a random element for the enemies. I don't want to use that often, but for some areas it's just hard to kind of place an elemental feel on it, so I'll just randomize it for that. Someone just got burned. Nice one, Tasty Graph. What else? We have implemented character selection. So here we've got the first lady hero. I can cycle through them. So this is the one that you know and love. This is the most evil looking one so far. It's Watery Tart's favorite. Let me zoom in a bit. Panscal, excuse me. That's too far. This is another one. I kind of like that one. And this one's pretty cool as well. This last one. So that's the ones we've got. How's your stream team? How was your stream team? How's your stream, Tim? And check Tim out if you haven't already. Almost misspelled you there. Hashtag bowels. Tasty Graph, have you seen that? Have you seen that comedy sketch? I think it was a Norwegian comedy show made a sketch about the Danish language, how they don't understand each other. I think that's friggin' hilarious. Take that. Cameloso, yeah. That's it. It's so friggin' funny. So yeah, what's next? Next is... Sorry about the sirens, that's my end. Nobody's coming for you. Not really getting as far as I want, but trying to remain patient. I left the window open, that's why it's so loud. Let me get that for you. Alright, we're good. Sorry about that. Alright, Cameloso. Yeah, I've seen it. My Finnish friends enjoy bringing it up every 10 to 15 days. That's fair enough. You don't know that. You don't know what I've done. Well, maybe there's sirens on both ends, right? I didn't notice the sirens because I'm playing a synthwave mix that sounds like that in it. It might be for me, but I told them I live at your place. Wow, chat's just filled with criminals today. So, right, I was placing the checkpoint, that's what I was doing. Got distracted by all these wonderful raids. How very rude. So that's ID number 22. Treetop ingredient. I think we don't have one for the normal treetop, so we're gonna put that in. Don't tell anyone, I'll zip it. Treetop, that's treetop rope. 22 and 23. Ditto, because I was listening to The Sounds of Sirens by Simon and Garfunkel. Right, so we are going to just add these references to the checkpoints. Place them. So this would be 22. And then we do treetop rope. Okay, and that's 23, that should be. So we're gonna set a couple of things here. Combat 1, so the enemies we have in the treetops. Flyers, I think, mostly. Well, Siren's my old friend. Flyers number 3. Okay, number 3, random elements, loot quality we're not gonna affect. Okay, good. Go to bulk it again. Some spiders, definitely a mortar. Mortar's 23. Just like a middle bit that he can sit at. Not really. How big is that? So where are this resolution normally? Yeah, we could place him like there. At least one flyer there. Hide some spiders around the place. Scooter. Oh, this song. The asymmetric 3D look of this level is reminding me of Monument Valley. Nice one, Jebco. Monument Valley. A region of the Colorado Plateau characterized by a cluster of vast sandstone butts. Is that how you pronounce it? That's amazing. That looks really cool, Monument Valley. It looks a bit more arid than this area, but it looks cool. I'm feeling it. Gotta run. Expecting guests in a few. Have a great day, everyone, and thanks for streaming, Top Brash. Thank you, Tastygraph, for hanging out. It was good to see you. In the game, there's a real place to. Oh, I was like, it might actually be a game. Monument Valley game, right? Indie puzzle game developed and published by Us2 Games. Yeah, okay, that's I can see better what you're talking about now. That's my bad. This is really cute. I really like this. So it's what is it like Escher like? The art style is really good. I like it. Monument Valley is also based on Escher's isometric artwork. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. There. Goes here. Oh, another banger. So we wanted a healer, more flyers, a mortar, and this weird. We could do a wood chopper. Let's place him there, I think. So he's a new one. He's gonna be right at the end. 55. And then we wanted a healer. Too many? Might be too many. Healer. Flyer. So that's all the ones we've made. We've got this bug dude type thing that I just haven't made yet. So let's just test this out. Let's jump over to the rope level because I think it'll be better to start where we're supposed to start. So treetop rope. So when we begin, we don't see anything. Let's see who first accosts us. We see a spider there, but it's out of our reach. We've got this dude coming at us. That's a kill. It's the spiders jumping, I'm hearing. Thank you for the follow, Cute Math. I like that. It's an interesting juxtaposition. I'm going to place a turret over there because I need the assist, and then I'm going to put a little bit of fear in these dudes because I'm not liking what they're doing. Did I get hit? I did get hit. You mean an oxymoron? You call me a moron? Nice looking game, great job. Thank you, Cute Math. I appreciate it. It's cute. Oh, not the wood chopper. Oof. Did I get hit again? Wait, how do I have so much life? Oh, the healer did something to me, didn't it? Let's see. Is that thing still flying? How did you not get pushed? That sucks. After seeing the math at university, the high school math does not look that bad. That's true. Oh, you jumped through the wall. I'm not feeling that. Well, I'm managing. It's not easy, but I think I've done it. And level up time. We've hidden a lot of stuff, so it's weird. We should unhide it so we can see what's going on. Hide some of it, because that looks a bit nuts. Should definitely put a reward here, otherwise. Let's start noting that down. Otherwise, there's no point going around there. So, maps that need rewards. What does the healer do? Or is it on player that the healer does its magic? Well, that's not right. I'm not sure turrets. I think turrets maybe. Sorry about the sirens again. Who's misbehaved now? Who sent them here? I'm thinking turrets maybe shouldn't target things off screen. So what does the turret do? Shoot. Get closest enemy. No, it's not this one. Enemy controller. If on screen, so if not on screen, or, so it should be pretty simple, healer, or is on screen, enemy pause. So actually, it's gonna go the other way around. Welcome back to art. If on screen and not is on screen, then success was false, print, failed, target not on screen. Got rice too. How did you make that rice? Started cooking it before I even came in stream. Nice. Foresight. Excuse me, what are you doing? Wait, that's not using the new mechanic yet, that's why. So that's showing me how it would work normally, but it's not how we want it to work. Get friendlies. Check line saying true. Get friendlies should be. Should probably have to start adding more to my diet soon, but maybe. So we're not gonna get friendlies. I think. Keeping the protein low, but I'm lacking veggies. Yeah. On screen true. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, it's a bit OP if the turrets just shoot off screen. Wish it was soup weather, I hate summer. You could still have soup. Right, that seems to be sending target on screen, right? I hate hot food during summer. That's fair. It's fair. I thought you were bowing to social pressure in not having hot soup, but if you don't like it, then that's pretty fair. Summer weirdly makes me crave hot food, but I always regret eating it instantly because you get too warm, is that why? Does that not shoot if it's not in range? I always need curry during summer and regret it. This is why I miss being a super low weight. Welcome. Alright, let's see what you can do, Missy. Used to be able to walk around in jeans at 40-degree weather. Were you not always freezing though? Parry heals you for 20 HP, there you go. That's cool. I was, but I like being cold. Fair enough. She's tanky. Did he get healed? $40°, where are you from? The sun? Sun much? Ah, flawed mantle of the bleeding sun. What are the odds? Feels like it. Them spooters are no joke. Miss. Are you using that Imperi vomit system? No, this would be Celsius, surely. Fairy should have the animation for the fairy should be an empty image at the end. They won't be hidden there, I don't think. Oh, that's right. The wood chopper is going to be gnarly. How do we place those chests? We're looking at Rusty, Battlefield 2, I think we have them. So are they in Misk? Guess so, yeah. Glad to have caught a stream. Hopefully another soon. For now, must run. Have fun all. Right, the indie game lover. It's a pleasure meeting you in real life. Hope you have a good day. It's gonna get hotter next week. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Did I place that on the right layer? No, I don't think I did. This is your fault. Stupid me. Is that overkill? We get. And then this can be Spider Forest. Deny me access? How dare you? Right, let's check that in. See if I can get through this at the right level, mind. So, don't know if that means that if I get here late or early, how that's going to change things. I'm not really sure. It'll be a tough thing to balance for sure. But we are evil cloaked dudes, so we should be fine. Right? Right? So I ate one there, probably shouldn't have done that. So they're going to start spreading stuff to each other. Nice. Well, that's real. Go on that. Oh no, I can't transition now. That's annoying. So I was on. Well, I managed that one pretty easily. That's stupid though. Let's just reboot it and go from there. Assuming I have completed that one. Can I reach him? He can reach me, that's for sure. Will you ever close shut the jaws of the blue? Are you trying to tell me to shut up? Oh, the gas sacks went. No, I'm asking you to close shut the jaws of oblivion. Fight for me, bro. Oh no. The danger appearing all over Cyrodiil. Surely Kvatch is fine though. We need to find Martin Septim Top Raj. Rip Kvatch. Such a cool name. I was like, I really wanted to like explore that city without it being ruined, you know? Oops. Wait, is that who voice acted? I didn't know Oblivion had so many good voice actors. Like, I knew Patrick Stewart. I didn't realize that. That's high budget. Oh, okay. Oh, you're not sure? Well, I don't know now. Leave Matt turret. Fiend. It was. That's crazy. I never like. I really like didn't like Martin Septim. I thought he was annoying as a character. That's so weird. Me too. Nice. Had me questioning my memory. I had no idea. Is there any other people I need to know about? This is just changing everything. I feel like I wanted to replay Oblivion, but all I've seen is memes about how badly it's aged. Like, I know the bloom graphically is like OTT because it was trendy at the time. I could probably live with that, but I wonder if the rest of it has aged badly as well. Linda Carter, I don't know who that is. Off by heart. Linda Carter. American actress, singer, songwriter, model, beauty pageant title holder who was crowned Miss World America in 1972. There you go. What's she in? Wonder Woman. Ah, no, I haven't seen it. Mods can't fix it for that's true. I just wonder if it's like the gameplay as well. I remember thinking the Imperial City, is that what it was called? Just the big one in the middle? I was like, it's so empty. It was very weird. Terrence Stamp. Do I know who that is? Not sure. Who was Linda Carter? Mankar Cameron, okay. Linda Carter. Female Nords slash female orcs. There you go. I disagree with that. The hubs are surprisingly full when I last played a couple months ago. Huh, maybe I remember it wrong. Gameplay wise it's good, but it feels like the difficulty slider is kind of arbitrary. Yeah, I find it weird when makes everything tanky as fuck. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. I find it weird when there is a difficulty slider. I don't think I've ever touched it because like Diablo 3 has it as a really kind of big mechanic. Like you up the difficulty and you get more drops and stuff, but I find it really weird. It doesn't feel good because you up it because you want to get the drops, but then you up it too far and it just becomes not fun because you just can't do any damage. But then, so I don't know, I actually never touched it in Oblivion or anything like that because I'm just scared of it, because if I like drop it too easy then it's not a challenge. If I put it too high then it's just damage sponges and that sucks. And so I've never actually touched it, but yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird. Transistor has the same thing. Well, like Diablo. I prefer when the difficulty scaling is only partially stat based. World of Warcraft does it really well, I think. How do they do it? Sirens again? When did we finish? That. No, you can activate upgrades for the enemies and you get more XP. Right, that sounds, I like that. Stats go up a bunch, but it adds mechanics too. Like essentially it's more likely to punish you for failing to do the mechanics right too. That sounds like a good way to do it. There are different types and you can choose which to apply. That feels more sensible. I think Diablo's is better than just having like a slider like Bethesda, I would think. And then, but you'd probably need to upgrade it even further. Underworld keys. Let's go to this one. It's gonna be fun. I'm really worried about the combat. Watery, you've played the game a bit. What do you think? I do kind of feel like Bethesda never quite got it right. I haven't even used it. I feel like they haven't got it right. Of the combat, yeah. Hello, Marcelo. really enjoy it overall. Sometimes I feel like it's too easy, then in some areas it goes from 0 to 11 really quickly, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, there's very few places where I've placed enemies with, in a serious attempt to make it balanced. Like we've got Snow and Black Tower probably. There's a couple of grasslands areas that you might have seen. There's the one that you see all the time on stream in the grasslands. That's just a dump of all the enemies, so that one isn't a real one. I feel like just having played that little bit, it's I worry about people like spamming turrets, for instance, because they're pretty overpowered. I could balance them down, but then it's not fun if the turrets don't really do any damage. Game looks amazing, thank you. I feel like when they're placed in the non-quest areas, it shouldn't be that difficult anyway. Yeah, so maybe I'm overdoing it, is what you're saying? Oh, spawn limit on turrets. Well, I'm just thinking if there's so I touched on the idea of having HP drops. I'm just thinking if there's something like, I'm thinking if there's some kind of mechanic that would change it, like change the mechanics slightly, but actually totally change the way you play the game. Like currently I do have a sliding scale on the HP cost of things, but I'm thinking maybe I should change that. So like so currently the way it works is that it tries to, let me just read what WaterChart's saying. I think I made a suggestion a while back. I think overall the less difficult combat zones should be scaled up a bit, but I think if you do that you may need to add more checkpoints between zones. Yeah, that's always going to be a balancing thing. Yeah, I'll need to be careful of how many checkpoints there are in the different areas. That is true. Hey Frosty, how you doing? So currently there's a slight nudge in the mechanics for the HP the cost. So if I cast this, I don't know. I don't think it goes up. So actually, if you're gonna make them cost more, you might need to make them tankier. Like HP wise. Yeah, so currently I've made it so that other spells drop in cost rather than go up. So now I've cast a couple of those turrets. The other ones have got cheaper. I'm just thinking like maybe the cost of a specific spell keeps going up in between checkpoints. I'm also thinking that I'd love to see enemies that can mind control your familiars. Oh geez, that sounds terrifying. I think that a problem right now is that having just the HP cost here no, I never pay attention to this. I don't actually know what the spells cost. That's not good. It's supposed to be basically you want something that will force the player not to stick to one playstyle, if I'm right. Yeah. Yeah. Because it'll be like I'm playing it the way I think it should be played, but actually probably the best thing you can do is just spam loads of turrets. Like currently, and I know I could balance that by like making them cost more or nerf them or something. But like once you get a couple down, they'll start being pretty powerful. Actually, I'm playing pretty badly now, so it's not a good advert for my theory, but. Honestly, I think a spawn limit would be good. So is that per map or per checkpoint? If you go over the spawn limit, it'll destroy the first turret in the queue, that kind of thing. That could be it. I remember playing games when I was a kid and stuff like that annoying me though. Not annoying, but like it was frustrating because you couldn't do what you imagined you wanted to do. If that makes sense. Like I would have wanted to place 100 turrets because that would be really cool. Right, no worries. Oh, that one's getting whacked. I think we need to show the cost of the spell as we cast it somehow. We used to have these series of numbers that showed up from the player when you took damage. Do we still have that effect? Damage number. Can we spawn that? Particle effect, effect controller. Great damage, okay. Damage number, it's going to be HP cost, no element, I don't know if we have to place one. Is that not in the world, maybe? Create mouse position, and No, it does look like... Was that player? Center position... That's not right. That music. What's happening here? Right, Tart. My DAW was bugging me. Unacceptable. So I guess the damage number... Is that not working? What's the font? System font. It's not right. Create damage number. Factory create effect factory. Damage number. What's this? So yeah, Tart, do you pay attention at all to the spell costs? I don't really. Yes, you do. They're usually my detriment. What do you mean detriment? Like deterrent from casting a spell? Or am I misunderstanding? Nah, basically I exit an encounter with low health because I get carried away, fair enough. But do you like look at the spell cost and go like, oh actually this spell is too expensive or anything like that? Do you go looking for one that's cheap? I don't know if it is that I'm just playing with all the spells unlocked and it gives... I feel overwhelmed and I don't really know what to do. And I don't know. Like I'm really worried that the spell system's shit, basically. Does leech work, by the way? It does, yeah. Should do. Not much, but a little bit. So if I switch to... So I'm on 991 there. 992. 993, so yeah, ticking up. So that, yeah, back to 998, so it did work. It's not sure, but yeah, sometimes I do leech and I get like 4 HP from it, and I'm like, isn't that less than how much it cost? It is, yes, but it did damage to the enemy, of course. And also you can imbue a turret or a totem with it. Or a wall is what's the like what I'm hoping people will do anyway. So like if I cheat a bit to set it up, but basically I'm trying to do that. I usually use it thinking I'll get a lot of health back. Yeah, it's an interesting one because it could be really powerful, but I have to kind of balance it because if I don't, then it'll be abused, I think. So basically, I'm on 977 now. I'm gonna see if I can use Leech to get up. Oh, is he coming back? He is here. Zoop. Ah, took damage. So the experiment's ruined. I'm ticking up, and now that I have the turret. Didn't know about the turret, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm wondering if I have to like teach people about that, but I was hoping that like you would just use the effects and just stumble upon it because they, you know, you'd use an effect and it would have a big range and it would impact the turret, and then the turret has the effect like hovering over it, if that makes sense. Did you ever think about having cooldowns for spells? No, I didn't. So that guy's getting leeched now. So yeah, basically I'm just like trying to milk this turret for HP. So it's a strat you could use. It's kind of tricky because you have to not kill the enemies. Just wondering if there's a reason to get this. No, not really. Like, so the base idea took damage again. The base idea for the combat, or like the limitation, there already is a limitation in the HP cost. The problem is, yeah, so the problem is there isn't enough of an incentive to mix the spells. And that's, you know, that's the kind of game designer's problem, is that there's a fun way to play the game and then there's an optimized way to play the game, and you want to, I guess you want them to converge. So currently I would say that the fun way to play the game, which would be coming up with novel strategies, mixing things together, isn't the most optimal way. There's a couple of spells that are really overpowered relative to others. See, that's what I was thinking about cooldowns. So cooldowns is another, like, let me yell that using Notepad, but ways to encourage mixing spells. Cooldowns. Spell costs escalating in between checkpoints. Ah, my eyes. Let me make it as small as possible. Is that okay? So what do you think about it? It would need to be balanced, but like, say the spell costs of turrets. So currently it's sitting at 20 HP. What if I did something like they start at 10, or some arbitrary numbers, some balanced number. They start at 10, and then every time you cast one, it costs more. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. Repeated spells cost more, maybe get slightly stronger. So I would say, yeah, they start at like 10. Cast 1 costs 15, cast 2 costs 20, cast 3 costs 25, and then maybe it would level out, because that's like if it hits like 50 or 40 or something like that, it would be super expensive, and there's no need to go higher than that. But yeah, basically jack up the price of the spell. That would be cool. Glass cannon, yeah, exactly. Stat boosts for combos. Would cooldowns not suck? Like, and so the cooldowns would have to be based on in-game, like, active time, not the passive time, because when you stand still, basically they wouldn't run, right? And I guess I don't. My worry would be, I would say have it cost more the more you currently have active. That way you can't just spam one thing. Cooldowns would probably be the worst way to incentivize it. Yeah, because it's like limiting, right? I still want people. I want people to setting traps. Like if you set a good trap, that should be really cool. One question: does Curse of the Necrodancer have spells? I don't know because I haven't played it. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Stat boost for combos is complicated. Combo of the last two would be really good. How would we would have to track where the damage is coming from or something to figure this one out? Because the stat boost for combos, like I don't know where, like what I would do. Honk. Got shenanigans confirmed. That's the worst, when people just honk to get one person's attention. There's like, I don't know how many, there's like 30 flats around here. But I need someone to pay attention to me right now. Maybe it'd be easier to have buffs based on the biome, like some spells resonate with the land better. It's an interesting point, but I would kind of want people to mix within the map even.
Thank you for being a true brat.
Arctic Flare NZ, New Zealand, or am I mispronouncing that? Thank you very much for the follow anyway. I appreciate it. Reward variety by mixing spells over time with tools. This one is cool, but pretty creepy. This one would be easiest to implement. My worry is, I know you said you pay attention to the spell cost, Water Retard, but I don't. I really don't. How can I better? You're the first one who's assumed and said my name right. Yeah. Hello, welcome. How can I better show the HP cost? Like having the, most people get tunnel vision. Yeah, having it just sitting up in the top left is really bad. I think I don't, you know, in the, even though combat freezes completely, it still feels like it's happening. So I can, like, if you go into combat and I get assaulted by this flyer dude, like I wouldn't now sit and read the HP costs. More feedback for the health bar. Yeah, the one in the bottom left. Just make it smaller so people can see it on the stream. So yeah, I mean, I don't read that. I don't watch that. Can anything be shown in here? That's where your eyes are. Like, it's good to have the information in top left and bottom left, but your eyes are in the middle. Right, I'm gonna get hit. Talk shit, get hit. Yeah, that does nothing there. So, like, we could wobble the HP, maybe make it flash or something. VFX on the player show like energy or blood dissipating off him. So we had blood and stuff before, but the problem is it needs to not only show that it's happening, it needs to show how much of it is happening. Because if you have something like, I don't know if there's anything cheaper. Well, we've got like the Fear Bolt here for 10 HP, but we've got a turret for 20 HP. That there's no distinction between those in terms of the graphics. Flash in the player and health bar. So I was thinking we used to have these damage numbers. I don't have them anymore because they're a bit cluttered graphically. Audio feedback on the health bar signifying that something has decreased it would be very useful. So I do have a hit sound in the player, but that's just for damage dealt. I don't have it for spells. Something decreasing in pitch. Yeah, so we could have a sound, and it's the more costly the spell is, the more, well, the pitch would change basically to match that. That's a good idea. HP feedback. Flash and I don't know how much I want to do that, like flashing and wobbling the HP bar, because that would just draw your eyes to the bottom left. Really, what I'm thinking is that we kind of need it here somehow. Thinking about how stealth games have icons to indicate how hidden you are, you could use that to indicate how much HP you're draining. Yeah, like some kind of... like an orb or something. If people spam, it gets like hotter, brighter. Yeah. Health bar over the enemies and player. Yeah, so I've got that on the back burner as having a health bar. To be honest, I quite like playing with health bars. I like seeing how much HP something has. Maybe it could be a toggle. We could have it so you could turn it off and on if you desperately don't want HP bars. A red hue when your HP drops that gets darker on the character. Yeah, that's pretty interesting actually, because we do have tinting. So, and what about having like an orb? This is just my idea. It'd be funny if I'm the only one that has a bad idea. He hates permanent hues. I see. Okay. Don't mind the flash. Okay. I guess it could be pretty intrusive, but all right. So we have this hand, but what if there was like a little orb that was like where the finger's pointing that kind of signifies how much the spell's costing or is going to cost to place it there? I don't know. Is that good? So then basically the firebolt would be pretty small at 10 HP, but then if you hovered over to the turret, it would double in size. Something like that. Worst offender. COD makes the whole screen black and white sometimes when you're about to die. Yeah. So I don't know what Arctic Flare was saying. I was thinking of tinting the player. That might be just as bad for you. So what are we saying? Flash from mobile HP bar. What did we say? Audio cue on spellcasting linked to HP cost. Pitch changes with cost. Might just be me, but that would annoy me. Okay, no, that's fair enough. Basically meant either one of those options. Yeah, I don't want to. So I don't want to, and I wouldn't be allowed to tint the whole screen. I think the artist would yell at me. I would maybe be allowed to tint the player, but not the whole screen. Tint the player with decreasing damage. This would require toggle in settings, as some people hate it. Orb that scales with cursor, orb that scales with damage. Could leave a blood trail. Could do. That's pretty subtle, I think. It's pretty subtle and pretty delayed. It's an in-game thing that doesn't take from immersion. That is true. I think it would be ineffective in terms of the feedback that we want, though. I mean, we could do it, but it wouldn't be as good. I'm more concerned with keeping track of your HP overall, I think, is not as good as it could be as well, but I'm mostly concerned with making the player know how much they're using on spells, because I don't pay attention. I'll basically, like, now I was testing these treetop maps, I was playing it and I was like, I finished it and I was like, all right, let's look at our health. And I've got 600. Combat log is a stupid easy answer. Yeah, well, we have that, but that's not good enough. I don't read it. Like, I guess it's good. Yeah, I never look at the combat log, or I look at it afterwards maybe, but not during. So like, yeah, it comes out. It says cast firebolt for 10 HP. It's pretty bad res here, but I never look at it. And it would, you know, it doesn't inform me. I like that it's there, but I don't look at it. Yeah, like, I don't use it mid-fight. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the coolest thing for the combat log is where I
place a little quest blurb in there. That's cool. Like I'll tint it and stuff. The information in the log isn't consumable in real time. Exactly. It needs to be visual, I think. At most, it could probably be a number at the cursor. Like we could have the spell cost in the cursor or something. Or the orb that I'm talking about. Don't know if that's going to be too much, but no more than that, I don't think. Alright, I'm going to take a quick little break. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. I like that. You need something that will convince you not to cast a spell because it's too expensive. The name is Yashi. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Yes, I agree that, and you need to, or at least not even not to cast a spell because it's too expensive. At least just that you know you're doing it. That would be enough. I'm happy with people casting spells, expensive spells, because they need to or want to. That's okay, because then at least they're making a decision. My problem right now is there's no decision making involved, and I'm quite keen on trying this one, the spell cost escalating between checkpoints, because I feel like it would hopefully steer you to playing the game in a varied way, and hopefully not in a way that feels bad, but it might do, in which case I would have to forget about it. Slater cast a decision-making spell. It's not very effective. Fonts. Which fonts are we using? Inventory, title, description, dialogue font. The problem is all of them they render weird, so I'll have to experiment with this. Changing cost is generally not great because then people can't get a feel for different strategies. Do you have any ideas on how we could push or pull people towards mixing spells then, if not changing the cost? I'm very open to ideas. So I don't know if you were here earlier, but my issue at the moment is that, granted, I'm testing the game when I have every single spell in the game unlocked, which is a bit much, but my issue is that there's all these spells, they all behave differently when you switch elements and stuff. It's a bit overwhelming, and what you end up doing is you find a couple ones you're comfortable with and you know are really good, like turrets. Like I would use turrets, and currently because it's not balanced, I would use the ice spikes a lot because they're super powerful. That's what I would do. I'm trying to think of a way to encourage people to use other spells. Like, effectively, if you use the same spells all the time, I would either want to make them less desirable or make the other ones more desirable. I just spam turrets all the time, exactly. I wouldn't even try anything else if that worked. Well, yeah, I think that's the risk, and I kind of do the same. I find myself doing that. Like if I play it to showcase it or something, I end up then I mix things up on purpose to make something interesting happen. But if I just need to get through an area with as much health as possible, I just spam turrets. I try to create some kind of killing funnel and then let the turrets do the rest, basically. Which is moderately okay, but it's not very varied. Typically, enemies are designed to need certain strategies to beat. There are some varied ones. I don't know necessarily. Like, that's probably a failure in the design. That we've tried to give them varied behaviors and stuff, but we haven't directly matched an enemy to an intended strategy, if that makes sense. We haven't made an enemy that's like, this one is a turret killer, or this one will require traps to kill it, or something like that. We do have things that behave very differently, but so the encounter would dictate what works best with a certain level of leeway, so it's not too hard. Yeah. Does that move? Oh yeah. I see. It's just too big though. Yeah. That's done it as well. That needs to go. This design shenanigans is tough. Print GUI.get position cell cursor node. You should have quest that leads to the body that the cursor's from. Now we're coming up with the important ideas. Oh, come on, let's run now. Did that just not take, I think? Plot twist is missing both hands. And you have to find the second hand, but when you do, your cursor is just like that instead of one hand. Set position. Twist 2, it was you all along. Oh no, there's too many twists. Right. Pivot west. Unlock special move, twist and shout. You guys are on fire. Oh, that's weird. That should just be a minor adjustment, that shouldn't be so much. Can't even see it at all. Take this away, does it fix it? It doesn't seem to fix it. Right, so it's there. Understand what happens to it. Otherwise, cursor text position. It's just a regular vector. I don't think that should be a problem. Even if it was moved too much, it would just sit off the position. It should be visible on the screen because it's not that much. Left top stretch none. Yep. It's visible on other modes. What? I don't understand. Is it underneath the thing? In which case... my bad, but that would be funny if that's it. That is it. Look at that, that's funny. That had me right confused. So you gotta double it, not half it. Okay. I don't know about the positioning, but at least it's, you know, it's there. We could, so we'd have the HUD overlay. Whenever this changed the HP cost. Did spell cost? Is that it? No. HP. Set spell name. Local text. HP. Set text. But. Just said does set spell name. Okay. Message post. Where's the cursor? Do you know the address for you? I would assume that there's a HUD in the main as well. Doesn't really put this. if message ID is equal to HP, then the message HP then GUI.setText, I think. Doesn't have the things in it. So GUI.self cursor node cursor text message.hp. Message.hp is equal to you don't want to show 0. Just kind of imply that it's free. Should that be underneath the actual cursor? We're saying this is what, over cursor? Can we move these? I don't think you can, that's really weird. So you would be cursor, and I would hope that you, yes, there you go. orb. How do we do this? Orb. If it's linear, that's fine. We'd have to figure out if it's non-linear. We'll have to add a formula for scaling it, but if it's linear, we don't. Set size, scale. Let's check the docs. GUI ref. Set something. Set size or scale. You can set size, yeah. And the size is going to be self.cursor orb. So the node is that, and the size is going to be cursor self.cursor 10 divided by message.hp times 10. No idea. Let's try it. Hello, I'm ready to play Fates of War. Are you playing reality? I am keen for you to do so. We try to divide by nil, which is going to give us an error. So if message.hp is greater than 0, then else. Can I set it to 0? But does it just disappear then? Or do I need to set it to disabled? Hopefully not. Actually, it's fine. It would just be called once, so it's no biggie. Go errors. From arithmetic on field cursor 10. Orb 10. Yeah, okay. That's my bad. For anyone who is ready to play Fates of War, you can't, but you can wishlist it. Getting errors. From arithmetic on field orb 10, a user data value. Is that because we're dividing it? They don't like that. So you'd like to multiply it by 1 over message HP 10. Should do it, I think. There you go. Well, that's the other way around. Wait. So we want to multiply it by the number of 10s we have, basically. So it would be message HP just divided by 10, right? Should I overcomplicate that? It seems like it. Yeah, that's better. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. It's not pretty currently because it doesn't have a texture, but it does. It's even better than the little number at telling me visually how much this costs. Like when I see that, or when I go to the turret and I see it being that fat, it just seems costly to place. What else did we say? We wanted flash and wobble in the HUD bar. Player tinting we're unlikely to want to do, but hey man, I hope your developing is going well. Game is looking good. Thank you very much, Jen. How are you doing? How's your game going? A wobble. If okay, I'm out. Enjoy it. Alright, see you later. Thanks for the advice. Did you ever play Sunset Overdrive? Don't think so. Action adventure third person shooter video game. Released in 2014. That looks intense. Tony Hawk with guns. That is a very appropriate description, I'd say. That's funny. Is it good? On Steam pretty cheap. That's cool. Doing good, just woke up. Game's good, changed some stuff, but I'm excited. Nice. Get an Xbox One and I can give you a code for it. I have an Xbox One. There was one quest where you had to help a woman that ran a side quest icon shop. So you had to hunt down all the people that she leased side quest icons to and get them back. That's cool. Some of them were like, yeah, after you did the quest, I gave it to some hobos. That's funny. Oops. Yeah, I can stop searching for that. Thank you very much. Well, that's just not working at all, is it now? What's happening? Right, there you go. Tend to compare number with nil. What? Because it's nil. Beep. Don't think we should wobble the shadow. They're really struggling with the clustering. It's because they're too big on their collision objects, maybe? How does it look when I start dying? I want to see, why not use the bloody like squirting on the cursor when you cast? I think the circle idea kind of looks like it's in the way. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it does get in the way. I'm thinking like maybe some alpha or something might make it work. Maybe a gradient or something instead of it just being a full color. I do know, so we did have blood squirting previously on the player when he cast spells. The problem was I got in trouble with the artist. He said it clutters up the graphics. I guess I could see where he's coming from. I would also be concerned that wouldn't just having blood squirt wouldn't fulfill what I'm trying to do, which is to show the spell cost visually before you cast it. I'm trying to see. So this guy has tiny vision. I want to see if he sticks with me even when I run away. Doesn't seem to. So once I'm out of his vision range, that's not great. So there's something in the enemy scripts that makes him relinquish me. He's in the get target. Takes a big distance to lose a target, so increase vision. I'm with you though that it does need to change currently because it's too strong the way it is now. Like being in the way, I mean. Heck yeah man, it's looking good, I'm gonna shower. Alright, Jin. Thanks. Right, so we've increased the feedback on the HP. We've got at least a placeholder for HP on the cursor and the orb on the cursor. People aren't sure about the orb on the cursor, which is fair enough. Wonder if I could tint the costs. I don't know, tint the spell costs on the HUD. It's tough. It's tough. Do we have create? No, here create area of effect. There you go. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I'll pause self.vision. That should be constant, I think. At least when we're running. Yeah, okay. So their vision is massive. And his is actually pretty sensible, so maybe that's a thing that's problematic. So what's Purple Knight? $200. Okay, what about 100? So 100 is very small. Can you show it all the time? Check papers. That's roughly like half the screen vertically, horizontally, a third. Condition 100, it's tiny. What I wanted to change, I want to change here. Because I'm thinking a lot of action, we don't have a lot of time to plan because things like aggro before we have seen them, and that just doesn't feel good at all. Because it's supposed to be like trap setting and stuff, and you can't really set traps if you get ambushed before you know what's going on. So that one's pretty normal. So what about 200 then? So I would have some time here to kind of do something. So maybe 150 should be small, 200 normal, what 250 looks like. So basically, I guess anything 250 and up is a lot of vision. Having more than 250 would give the enemies a buffer to any vision reduction spells. So basically, that's his scanning area there. I guess it just looks bigger to me because I'm seeing it as a circle, but actually it's a line. So that's not so bad either. So if I were to target in there for the hit, he still wouldn't be able to see me. That's not good. So should be, I guess when you take damage, then should you not have vision? Maybe? Right, so seek target on damage. How do you do this? So it's on gets target on damage, so get target. What did I do there? What we just want to add is true. What's that thing? Don't understand. Why is that giving me an error? Unused local. Oh, okay. That's that's pretty interesting actually. If on damage, then when hit, enemy goes alert to seek source of hit. Increase vision. We're gonna stand outside his range, so he's not seeing us because we're outside his range. But if we hit him with a bolt, then he has picked us up. And then he stops functioning because he's off screen, but he comes back here. So I'm in their vision range, but they can't see me because of obstacles. That's good. Kablamo. maybe 250 would be like normal, and like a 350 would be large, something like that. So we'll do like the flyer. So you've got vision of 500, which is nuts. Put you down to 350. Mortar should have pretty good. Healer should be pretty normal. What else did we have? We had spooters. Vision 400, but I'm thinking they should be pretty small. 50. Let's take this party over to the treetops. Thank you for the follow, Gasoline. I appreciate it. How you doing? Treetops rope, I think. Treetop rope. Of course. It couldn't be simple, right? Couldn't be simple. So something's picked me up already. Is that the wood chopper? Get a normal one, I'd say. Normal's 250. Something wrong with your green screen? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Thanks for the heads up. It's not massive, but it is this bit here.
It depends on how the shade goes, yeah. But basically, because of the way this room is, I get daylight in, and the daylight messes with how the green screen gets captured. So sometimes it's a bit annoying, unfortunately. It really gets affected by how I sit as well,
which is doubly annoying. Just have to live with that for now, I think. Oh, I can still see it. It's probably a bit better. There's a bit just over the July in follower goal that I can see. It's bugging me. So where's that? It's just right here. It does annoy me when it's not right. It's okay. This ain't no pro stream. So, what is that that's got this massive? Is it the flyer? Alright, okay. So other things. I guess they get me from the flyers. The flyers are too big, I think. Clear. Excuse me? Scooter is low. Where's the flyer? Oh, I put it down. Vision 350 is too much. Give it normal. That way you can have to engage it. Pikachu's surprise face, yeah, that kind of fits with that, doesn't it? Is that meme dead now? I haven't looked at memes much recently, maybe I just didn't see it. So when am I going to the gym? Is it 5:30? Yeah, okay, cool. Right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Alrighty. So I might animate that little orb. I should probably give it a proper texture just so we could see. Don't know how I would do that. Anyway, let's go to the cursor. Still have the GUI docs open? We do. That's convenient. Just do easing. Check out the animation grid for that. Out elastics, how do we do that? And then duration quick. Target would be 0. Any easing? Easing out cubic, some basic like that. Oops. Why is it wrong? Did I miss something there? Self orb times 10. Self orb 10 times message HP. Oh, because it's the scale. Prop size. That explains it. Oh, there. Let's scale them together. It's not really good, but let's do we actually even want an animation? I think that might make things distracting, perhaps. It's a bad idea. Certainly for a test anyway, it's a bad idea because it's just extra work when it's something we might not end up using at all. That exported really weirdly. Whatever. Where does the cursor live actually? It's texture. Graphics cursor, okay. Does that change things? It does, doesn't it? It's weird. attempt it. Is that because it's a pie? I think it is. I'm not sure that's the alpha is good enough now. And actually, it looks smaller for some reason. So the location's wrong, which is weird. Can't I select? Because I'm trying to place, that's why. Gonna head off. Enjoy and be sure to check your whispers. Oh, Drake, see you later. Thank you very much if that's what I think it is. Hope you have a nice sleep. I assume you're going to bed. It's quite in the chat today. Yes, it is, Jeremy. It's good to see you though. That's alright sometimes. If you haven't played Breath of Fire, Gobi is the worst character. I haven't played Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire. Role-playing video game developed by Capcom, originally for the SNES. Is that a player character? Oh, the music is from Breath of Fire. So it is, yeah. You are great at figuring out which soundtracks these are. Pretty crazy. One of the cool parts in Breath of Fire is that you can use abilities to join characters. What does that mean, join characters? So you take two characters and merge them into a super character. I love that. That's like one of my favorite types of things. This map is supposed to be nuts, just in case anyone's worried by how many skeledudes I'm placing. Gobi is a fish, so his ability is he can turn into a fish, but a bigger fish. So he's the Magikarp of Breath of Fire, I guess. That's pretty funny. Breath of Fire was cool because it embraced Japanese art styles when a lot of other JRPGs were going Americanized. That's cool, I didn't know that. Thank you for the follow, Moonuela. Really appreciate it. How you doing? Hey, this map looks very cool. This one is in the underworld. I'm going to test it in just a moment. After I've added all these nuts enemies. So that takes us to Underworld River. So let's start there. Test it from there. Because otherwise I'm going to get chucked into the wrong position. So I'm hoping actually... I mean, I would be able to run through it. I can use Fear, I can use Sleep, I can use Persuade to cause carnage. But basically, the plan is that you should try and avoid that entrance of this map I've already used to set some skeletons out. I should probably disable the vision display, because it's a bit crazy. Although I should tweak the vision of the skeletons. So let's go to the enemy scripts first. Remove the check time freeze flashing of vision, because that was a bit cray-cray. We'll do this. Skeletons will be tiny, I think, so 100 per skeletons. Give give a small for the mage or something like that. And a bigger one for this guy. Let's just see how that feels. Should make it possible to avoid a skirmish. That's quite important, I'd say. Because then you can choose whether you want to engage or not. If it's forced, that might not be great. So we would go through here, yeah. So that takes us to the key area. See a bunch of skeletons there. They don't pick me up immediately, which is good. I do now. That's actually pretty easy. Oop, did not want to teleport. Maybe some of these dudes should be like boss leveled. I mean, animations are cute, but it's a bit laggy. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff running, basically. And the way I do my streaming is not conducive to a lag-free experience. So it's to be expected. I basically use window capture when you should be using game capture. Either way, it looks like a fun game. Thank you very much. If you're interested, it's on Steam to be wishlisted. I was streaming last night and I had OBS set to stream my tiled window, but I didn't know it uses the window handler title. Yeah, I can't get it. I can't get a good stream setup using. So it ended up streaming a tiled window that I had closed. Yeah, I can't get a good setup for streaming windows. It's quite annoying. So the game runs perfect when I don't stream, but on stream it lags. And I mean, I've got Flash open, I've got Default open, I've got VS Code open, I've got Tiled open, I've got Excel open, Streamlabs chatbot, lots of Firefox. So I'm hoping that's a good enough excuse for it lagging. So I guess there would be no waypoints in there at all. I just started messing with using the crop filters in OBS. Anything interesting? in the Underworld River. We can have some stuff there, but not the way it's set up there. I had an issue with what I wanted to capture, so I set it to capture the window, then cropped it to the content I wanted. That's pretty smart. I don't understand how, I don't know how other people do it. If they stream, if they do a dev stream and they have like all kinds of different things. So I have different tiled windows, I have default, I have VS Code. I might want to jump into Flash. Sometimes I just skip to Firefox. I don't know if people have a bunch of different scenes and stuff. I have no idea. Unity doesn't let me capture the scene versus the editor entirely. I find it really difficult, so I just use window capture, but it hurts my computer. It does not like. How old is it now? It would be like 5 years old or something. But it was pretty well spec'd when I got it, and it can run VR stuff pretty well, so it's pretty embarrassing. And then it's laggy, I would say. Always nice to be around the campfire, huh? Couple of big skeletons in the way here. Not supposed to go in there. You can have separate capture points if they aren't overlapping. Do you plan to release the game on Good Old Games? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't see why not. Why are you asking about that specifically? Just trying to shift from Steam to Good Old Games. Yeah, I mean, if there's no obstacles to it, then I'm happy to release there. I'm sure it'll just be, you know, more eyeballs on the game, so I'm game for that. T-Rex now has 2.4 grams, 2.4 kilograms more muscle mass since the last measurements a month and a half ago. Nice, getting swole. It's growing. Welcome back, Tart. Gone some time. Phone call from the flat, like your new student accommodation. Apparently someone paid an installment without a reference or even using the online portal. What? Just bank to bank. And you're like, yep, that was me. Please apply that to my remaining balance. Thank you very much. So they're calling everyone like who paid this money. That's crazy. Right now I'm just dooting down some enemies in the underworld. I'm not like massively thinking about it. Anyway, wishlisted the game on Steam, so don't forget about it. That's cool. It's adding it to GOG is on my list anyway. I'll prove it to you. There you go. It's here. It's in the Trello. So yeah, I will do it. But yeah, I'm not like putting tons of thought into this. Probably I'll just want to play through it and see what it feels like, I guess. It's probably the best. We've got the gates. Really appreciate the Linux support. Oh, cool. Yeah, I got so default exports really easily to Windows, Linux, and Mac. So I'm like, well, why not? I didn't realize just how I knew it was harder to play games on Linux, but I didn't know how tough it was for the community. So I got on gamingonlinux.com. He wrote an article about the game, and it got me a lot of wish lists. So I'm committed now. But no, it's a lot of people get really happy when they see they can play it on Linux. So that's nice. You have to test it though. I know. Well, it wasn't running at all, so I was panicking. But himself from the chat, he runs Linux, so I sent him a version. Basically, it didn't open on his computer. And I was like, oh shit. And we thought it was something to do with the way the pathfinding code was working, because it was using some symbols that I don't use normally. It turns out it was the way block quotes, the way I was using block quotes broke it. How nuts is that? Yeah, when I was nesting block quotes, it shut down the whole build. So, or like commenting out multi-line comments basically. So if I did a multi-line comment You know, sometimes I just want to escape the whole script. I'm like, all right, I'm not using this right now. Then just comment out the whole thing, and in there I might have a little comment that used to be a comment there, and that's just. I wonder if there's a CI for game. What's a CI? But yeah. Anyway, that was pretty brutal. Continuous integration. That didn't help very much. I thought if I know what it means, then, or if I know what the acronym stands for, then I'll know. Nuh-uh. So you go back in time and give birth to yourself. WebWorld uses it to cross-platform test a web app before deploying. Go back in time and give birth. Kroob! That broke me, man. That broke me. Oh, goddamn. And the other one was lakes as well. I actually looked at CI for Unity when I was getting into Jenkins and some other stuff. I don't think... I'm not aware of anything like that. I don't know how you would pull that off, because it's such like the whole point is about catching really weird things that you don't expect, right? It's good to automate if there are going to be problems at any point in your development stream. Do we have any... no other such areas? Any lakes where a little mage could hide, perhaps? Definitely want the player to see a bunch of skeletons, even though these aren't particularly threatening. I want you to see them as you come in, I think. Now he's taking a turn. So put a mage here. So maybe not too much fighting, but some. Where am I starting here? This is the rhythm of the night. I reached the underworld. So I would spawn like here, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's some Skeletors. Is there a mage here? No, I never placed one. Where's Kate Beckinsale? What? What does she has to do anything with anything? Everything's going to pot here. How are you not dead from that? Underworld. The references, man, just don't work on me. I'm immune. This dude really fits in the underworld with his cowl. Eventually you can use a virtual machine with Linux installed in order to test the game, though I'd advise to do so at the end when the game's complete. Even postpone the Linux version if there are problems, no big deal. I just hope I wouldn't get backlash if I did that, because from what I see from gaming on Linux, there's a lot of articles where a dev promises Linux support and then withdraws it when they hit problems, and then we get friggin' mad, which is fair. How can I relate to you if you're not pop culture spewing machine? How can you? Oh, got mage. We maging. How you not dead, son? That was deft. Spamming mind balls, exactly. What can we do that's more interesting? Well, that's easy. Spamming higher level spells. Are there any clustered ones? No, you're just standing there on your Todd. I do think some variant on increasing spell costs might be pretty cool. Can you see the cursor orb, Tart? What do you think about that? I don't know if it's too small on the stream, but basically if I switch to different types of spells, it slightly changes in scale. So it'll be a big switch between the summon spell to the turret. I just want to show basically double HP, or the familiar should be high. The spell cost increasing. I don't know. It's clutter, I do know that, but not too big on it. Yeah, that's fair. You like the number. Yeah, maybe the number's enough. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Placement of it being on the finger obscures it too much. What if it's under the number? Is that better? Like, I don't think this is actually where it sits in game, so you think the number's enough? Yeah, that's fair enough. That's over the friggin' number now. You like the finger bit. Guys, you're killing me. You could put it at the number and get rid of the number. Okay. I think I prefer just the number personally. Why are you... What? Oh, this is wrong. This should be under cursor. This... Wait, no. This is under cursor. This should be over cursor. It should be above. Right. That's still wrong. Unless... Nah, it is wrong. Yeah, it just looks weird, to be honest. But yeah, I've got a lot of thinking to do in terms of encouraging different spells. That's fair enough, man. Just... Yeah. It's just not... I don't think it's as fun as it could be. It's like, alright, but it could be much better. Maybe above the player's head. Maybe. But I think that'll be cluttery as well. So that's just the number. I don't know if that's sufficient feedback. You prefer this? Maybe with a toggle? I don't know. It's a toughie. It's a toughie. To be honest, I think the problem lies with the health bar and not the cost. Well, I've set it to wobble now. I mean, that won't do much, you know, but, oops. So I'll show you, does that show on stream? Yeah, so if I cast a spell now, the text wobbles, so that at least draws your attention to it. And then you can't really see it yet because we haven't used so much in terms of spell costs, but as the bar goes down, you'll see that the liquid wobbles as well. It goes up, so I don't know if that makes you think it's going up. It's not actually going up, it's just scaling up. I think if you flash the background, they'll really put the icing on the cake. Oh, the black bit. That's interesting. So make that flash white or something. You just in here. That's maybe a good idea. Flash white. Flash white. The actual liquid. Alright, flash color, flash the HP liquid. Yeah, we'll do that. I think that's okay, but I don't think that solves my problem. Or whatever I think the problem is. So yeah, audio cue on spellcasting, that's still after the fact. Send the player decreasing damage is required. Toggle in settings that some people hit. Right. if it makes you feel any better, I was playing Prey and it didn't fix this issue. I guess. I'm sure there's a solution. We'll get there. You are in trouble, son. I am sorry for you. His vision is pretty pathetic. Get turret to the pawn, son. I think at a certain point there's only so much you can do. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I wonder if there's anything I can do to these icons, like color them, or like make them darker or lighter, bigger or smaller, or something to show their price, to kind of make you, oh, there's one that's like cheap, I'll go for you now. I don't know, something like that. You could color the actual cost. Hey, Lollyboy BR, how you doing? Nah, that sucks. Alright, I need to go, because I need to go to the gym and then play board games with friends. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about. I do want to increase the feedback, and I do think we need to tweak the gameplay. I think small HP drops, like not big at all, but a fraction of, so like an enemy usually has like 100 HP, so if they had 100, maybe give them 10% in an HP drop or something. Some things wouldn't even drop HP, like robots and skeletons, for instance. I feel like there's something in the combat that just isn't working. The fact that you can just drain yourself quite easily. I'm using default. Oh, thanks, Tart. Yeah, so HP drops could be kind of weird from the story point of view, but I think it might do wonders for the combat. Having HP costs that start low, like even lower than they are now, and scale upwards up until you hit a checkpoint, that might be good. I'd have to think about how to solve that with how many spells you have at your disposal. Like if you only have the Firebolt, you're kind of should be able to just spam it. So the rate of increase in spell costs should increase with the number of spells you have available. That would make things hard to keep track of eventually. Maybe, so that's not easy either. It's tough. It is tough. But yes, I need to go to the gym. So I'll stream again tomorrow. We can work more on these issues. Thank you to Tim Baudet and Krasenstein. I need to think every time. I think that's what you pronounce it. For the big raids, that was really appreciated. Thank you to everybody who hung out and gave me advice and suggestions. It's really helpful. Hopefully make the game better. We need it because we want this to be good. So if you're around, catch you tomorrow. Drop a follow if you haven't already. I'd love to have you stick around on this game dev journey. We're going to raid. I'm just going to raid Kaiser Dragon 8 again. See what he's up to. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you later.